here to reveal the top 18 hottest Korean actors of 2025. These actors have captured millions of hearts worldwide by redefining what it means to be hot with their flawless looks, killer charisma, and breathtaking physiques. Did your favorite make it into this list? Let's find out. Nam Joo-hyuk. He's one of the naturally tall guys. At 6 feet 2 inches, he definitely stands out in a crowd. He's got a lean, athletic build and carries himself really well, which gives him this interesting mix of being both useful and grown up at the same time. People often notice his eyes first. There are these gentle, almond-shaped eyes that make him look really approachable. His skin always looks healthy and he's got this natural way about him that draws people in. He has become really popular with fans everywhere, from South Korea to the Philippines, Indonesia, the Middle East, and even across Europe. He doesn't seem to be trying too hard, he's just who he is. One cool thing about him is how he can look completely different depending on the role. He's got broad shoulders that makes clothes look good on him. And when he smiles, you can see a hint of shyness mixed with confidence that his fans really like. 17. Seung-hoon. He has a really interesting background. He used to be a professional swimmer and it shows. He's got a kind of build you would expect from someone who spent years in the pool. Strong shoulders, toned arms, and yes, those abs everyone talks about. His face has a strong features with deep set eyes that give him this intense look. People love him all over the world, from South Korea to the Middle East, Turkey, and across Latin America. What makes him different from other actors is how he can be charming but also kind of mysterious at the same time. He's especially popular in places like Turkey and Brazil, where fans really appreciate his athletic build and naturally tanned skin. People often say he looks like he could be a statue in a museum because of his strong features, but that might be going a bit far. For me, he's just a guy who takes care of himself and happens to be really good at what he does. Don't you agree with that? In our 16th place, there is Ji-sung. He is a living legend in the Korean entertainment industry. With a career spanning decades, he continues to amaze audiences in South Korea, Japan, and Vietnam. His fame goes beyond age, attracting fans across generations. He is the perfect example of how maturity can be irresistibly attractive. With his sharp cheekbones, attractive gaze, and glowing skin, he carries a sophisticated look that fans can't get enough of. His signature smirk and charismatic aura make him seem approachable yet undeniably confident. Another reason Ji-sung stands out is his versatility. He can play any role he wants, and the fact that he excels at all of them is a bonus. Most of his fans stated that they initially admired him for his work, but his looks and hot physique won them over as well. His fans in Japan and South Korea often talk about his refined elegance and expressive eyes, which have the ability to communicate 1,000 emotions. They also appreciate his strong jawline and flawless complexion, making him look ageless. He proves that confidence and experience only make a man hotter with time. 15. Song Joong-ki. He needs no introduction as a global superstar. His fame includes millions of loyal fans from China, India, South Korea, and beyond. His performance in every role he takes has stolen hearts all over the world. His boyish charm is his secret weapon. With his smooth, flawless skin, soft lips, and sparkling eyes, he has a look that can go from innocent to seductive in seconds. His muscular physique makes him appear effortlessly elegant in everything he wears, especially when he dressed in a military uniform, which his fans especially adore. His approachable and warm manner adds to his charm, making him one of the most relatable yet aspirational actors in the industry. Fans also love his smile, which has become one of his trademarks. He is popular in countries like China and USA. His gentle gaze and kind smile makes him a favorite in romantic dramas, while his face and hairstyle will elevate his appeal in more intense roles. 14. Song Kang. A rising star with fans across the globe, particularly in the US, Europe, and Asia. His modern look and relatable charm make him a favorite among younger audiences. His symmetrical face is often praised. With his full lips, sharp jawline, and expressive eyes, he looks like he walked straight out of a romance webtoon. His slender yet defined physique paired with his towering height makes him a perfect fit for the dreamy roles he often plays. What's fun about Song Kang is his ability to play different characters. He's the shy, romantic lead in Nevertheless but transformed into confident and daring protagonist in Sweet Home. Fans in Spain, France, and the US adore his trendy, youthful vibe and his soft, romantic aura. His perfectly styled hair and effortless fashion sense makes him a style icon, while his glowing skin and genuine smile melt hearts worldwide. Lee Dong-woo. Fans often describe him as the ultimate Prince Charming of K-drama land. His flawless skin, high cheekbones, and expressive eyes makes his fans fall for him immediately. Standing tall at 6 feet, his lean yet athletic frame is just another reason why fans from around the world can't take their eyes off him. What makes him even more hot is how he seamlessly blends elegance with his easygoing personality. Fans in countries like Japan and Thailand frequently mention how his piercing gaze can show complex emotions. But he isn't just about good looks. His humor and interviews have endeared him to fans across Asia and beyond. His versatility as an actor combined with his looks has made him one of the most popular actors in places like Philippines, China, and even parts of Europe. An Bo-hyun. He's one of those actors who really stands out when he walks into a room. At 6 feet 1 inch, he's pretty tall and he's got this strong, athletic look that comes from years of serious training. He used to be a really good boxer back in school. He started in middle school and kept at it through high school. And he wasn't just doing it for fun. He actually won a gold medal in a national competition representing his hometown Busan. He would spend up to 10 hours training some days, which explains why he stayed so fit. Fans often talked about how his boxing background shows in his looks. He's got broad shoulders and strong arms. People also really notice his eyes and jawline, which gives him his striking appearance that's hard to forget. But he's not just about the physical stuff. He can play all sorts of different roles really well. One day he's the sweet romantic lead making everyone swoon, and the next day he's in some intense drama showing a completely different side. He dresses pretty modern and stylish too, which works really well with his height and natural good looks. By 2025, he's gotten popular all over the world, but especially in places like Japan, Thailand, and Philippines. People there love both his looks and how good he is at acting. It's pretty impressive how he's managed to win over so many fans while staying true to himself and not trying to be something he's not. 11. Seo Ji-soo. He's pretty tall, about 6 feet, and really fit from his swimming days. I'm talking about the kind of strong that makes you think he could easily help you move apartments. He can be mysterious but also super chill at the same time. People in Malaysia, Singapore, and Vietnam especially can't get enough of him. Watch him in shows like Master's Son and you'll see what they mean. He just has this way about him. His eyes tell whole stories without him saying a word. When he's not acting, he's actually pretty shy and modest, which honestly just makes people like him even more. He's great at both lovey-dovey roles and action stuff, which is why so many Korean drama fans love him. Before we move on to our top 10, let me know where you guys are watching from and your favorite K-drama actor. Our top number 10, we got Kim Woo-bin. This guy is seriously tall, 6 feet 2 inches. He's got this amazing cheekbones and this little half smile that's become his trademark. He used to be a model before acting, which totally makes sense when you see him. People first got to know him as the bad boy in The Heirs. But then, everyone realized he could do so much more. He's got this face that just works for everything, especially on his recent role Officer Black Belt. He can play the rich kid or the tough guy, and somehow it always feels real. He took some time off because he wasn't well, but when he came back, people loved him even more. Now in 2025, he's absolutely crushing it. Our top number 9, we got Taehyung. Standing at 6 feet 1 inch, he's built like an athlete and has this genuinely warm smile that makes you feel like you've known him for a while. He clearly takes care of himself, and it shows in both his music performances and acting roles. He has got fans from all over the place, from American teenagers to European drama lovers. And of course, he has huge followings in South Korea, Thailand, and Japan. One thing fans often mention is how different he can be depending on the situation. When he's on regular TV shows, he's the fun, easygoing guy who makes everyone laugh, but watch him in dramas like Vincent Du or Save Me, and you'll see a completely different side, someone who can handle serious and complex roles with real skill. His physical presence definitely helps with his performances. He can handle tough action scenes, but he's also really good at quiet emotional moments that need more subtle acting. He's one of those rare performers who manage to successfully cross over from music to acting, keeping his original fans while winning over the new ones. Even in 2025, he's still going strong, picking interesting roles and showing his new side. Our top number 8, we got Park Seo-joon. He's a perfect example of someone who just gets better with time. At 6 feet 1 inch, he has the kind of presence that fits any role. He takes care of himself without being showy about it, and has this natural way of carrying himself that makes him look good without seeming like he's trying too hard. His fan base is really diverse, with especially strong followings in the Philippines, Brazil, and the United States. The special thing about him is how he can seem like both the friendly guy and someone who could star in a big action movie. When he played the CEO in What's Wrong with Secretary Kim, he was charming and funny, but in Itaewon Class, he showed he could play someone struggling to make it in life just as convincingly. Even as he became more famous, he stayed down to earth and genuine. He can switch between romantic comedies, action roles, and serious dramas, bringing something special to each one. This ability to handle any kind of role while staying true to himself has made him one of the Korea's most respected actors, and his popularity keeps growing because of his hot physique and his talent. Our top number 7, Lee Jun-ho. He started as a dancer and singer in the group 2PM and then surprised everyone by becoming a really good actor. He's not super tall, 5 feet 10 inches, but he keeps himself fit and strong, which helps him look great in all his roles. Fans in Japan, Thailand, and South Korea really love watching him, especially because of how much he can say just with his eyes and smile. He has nice facial features and always look put together. His role in The King of the Land really showed what he can do. He played a hot character and has gained more fans because of it. One thing that makes people respect him even more is how hard he works. He's good at showing both strong and soft sides in his acting, which is why so many people have become his fans. In our top number 6, we got Gong Yoo. When people talk about great Korean actors, Gong Yoo's name always comes up. He's quite tall, 6 feet, and has this natural class about him that makes him stand out. His facial features is interesting, especially his eyes and nose, which gives him this dignified look that fans really like. He's super popular in places like Europe, Indonesia, and the United States because he can play any kind of role really well. In the show Goblin, for example, people loved how he can be both romantic and powerful. His voice is deep, and when he looks at someone in a scene, it really grabs your attention. Being tall and athletic helps too, especially when he needs to do action scenes. He doesn't share much about his private life, which makes people even more interested in him. He has this way of being charming without trying too hard, and combined with how good he is at acting, it's no wonder so many people consider him one of the best. Our top number 5, surprisingly, Woo Do-hwan made this list. Even though he's newer to acting compared to others in this list, he's already caught everyone's attention. He is 5 feet 11 inches with a fit build that works really well for his more serious roles. His face has strong features, high cheekbones, a defined jowl, and these intense eyes that really grab your attention when he's on screen. He has gotten really popular in South Korea, Malaysia, and surprisingly, even across the Middle East, mainly because he's good at playing complicated characters who aren't just good or bad. You can see this especially in shows like The King, Eternal Monarch, and Bloodhound. His deep voice and the way he can say much with just a slight smile makes his scenes really memorable. He is said to be different in real life compared to the serious characters he usually plays. When he's not acting, he's actually pretty fun and easygoing, which his fans really love about him. It's this mix of being able to play tough roles, but also being friendly in real life that makes him stand out as one of Korea's rising stars. Our top number 4, we got Lee Byung-hun. He shows that you don't have to be super tall to be impressive. At 5 feet 8 inches, he might not be taller, but when he's on screen, you can't help but notice him. He has a very unique features, a strong jowl, eyes that can tell a whole story, and a confident smile that's become famous in movies around the world. He is huge not just in South Korea, but also in America and China, thanks to being in Hollywood movies. His fans often talk about how he can express so much just by looking at someone in a scene. Even though he's in his 50s now, he stays in great shape, showing that age doesn't have to slow you down. He's got this perfect mix of acting talent, good looks, and natural confidence that made him one of the Korea's most respected actors. Even after all these years in the industry, he still gets better with each role he takes on. Now we have come this far to reveal our top 3, and I want you to comment on the actor who deserves the number 1 spot. Our top number 3, we got Song Seung-han. He shows us getting older doesn't mean you stop being cool. At 5 feet 10 inches, he's not the tallest, but he carries himself so well that it doesn't matter. He's been keeping people glued to their screens for more than 20 years now, and it's easy to see why. He has this classic look about him, broad shoulders, good posture, and facial features that seems to get better with time. He's especially popular in South Korea, China, and Japan, where fans love how he keeps looking great year after year. Even as he takes on more mature roles, he brings this natural class to them that makes people want to keep watching. Fans appreciate not just how he looks, but how seriously he takes his role and how confident he is without being showy about it. He has proved that some things like real talent and natural charm never go out of style. Our top number 2, we got Ji Chang-woo. He has this really special thing going on. He can look like the sweet guy next door 1 minute and an action hero the next. He's quite tall, 6 feet, and stays fit, which comes in handy for all action scenes he does. He's got this really nice eyes and clear skin that makes him stand out on screen. He's super popular in places like Indonesia, the Philippines, and Brazil because he can do it all, wearing a nice suit in Suspicious Partner and doing complicated fight scenes in Healer. He always looks natural. Fans especially love watching his action scenes because he makes them look real, and he also performs his own stunts, which makes his fans very proud. One of the best things about him is how he can play between being tough and being gentle so easily. When he's not acting, he comes across as really friendly and natural, which makes people like him even more. This mix of good looks and talent has made him one of the most popular and hottest actors in 2025. Our top number 1 on this list is Nam Gong-min. He has been around in Korean TV for a while, but he's really been turning heads. He is 5 feet 10.5 inches and has always been in good shape, but recently he has taken it to another level, especially for his role in The Veil, where he had to look really tough. People can't stop talking about how different he looks now in the best way possible. Fans everywhere, but especially in South Korea, America, and the Southeast Asia, love how he has this perfect balance in his looks. His face has strong features that make him look sophisticated, but when he smiles, he seems like someone you could be friends with. His eyes are really interesting too. He can look super kind in one scene and totally intense in another, depending on what the role needs. He used to be mainly in romantic comedies, but now he's doing these intense action shows too. Fans really respect how hard he works to keep getting better, whether it's his acting or staying in shape. It's this dedication that has made him one of Korea's hottest stars. If you think these actors are hot, wait until you see their natural beauty. Some of them look even more amazing barefaced. Don't miss out our video about top 25 Korean actors without makeup. You might be surprised how effortlessly handsome these stars are in their most natural state. So hit that subscribe button, turn on the notification bell, and be the first to find out which actors made the list.